All right, guys, welcome back to Wealth and Travel on a Dime. And today it's time to do our real estate portfolio reveal. Now, if you haven't seen it, in one of our earlier videos, we shared our stock portfolio reveal. So if you want to go back and check that out and then kind of put together the whole package of how we're setting things up. Now, our goal is to reach financial independence, but whether you're a person looking to do that, whether you're looking to maybe work less hours, maybe you're looking to just basically have more money week to week, the number one way to do that would be to make it so you don't have a mortgage or rent to pay. So building up your real estate portfolio will escalate everything in your life to a point where you can be more comfortable, feel better about your day-to-day movements and money and such, or maybe even just increase your quality of life. I mean, honestly. Now, we currently have two properties and they are adjacent to each other. Now, I want to say that before Missy goes and breaks down all the numbers on these, you have to understand that honestly, with the way the world has gone, I feel like a lot of you guys are probably in the same boat. Our cost basis is so low that unless we were going to go buy a bigger house or a more expensive house, it almost doesn't make any sense for us to ever sell because capital gains will gobble up any amount of profit we make on the property. It's that much of a disparity. Now, we do live in the Hocking Hills in Ohio, which is a very touristy area, and the cost of living here is going up really
Crazy.
fast. And so are property taxes. So in a future video, we're going to talk about making money off of your property to maintain that cycle where taxes are going up and you're trying to keep up with it and inflation. So, honey, why don't you go ahead and get us started off?
All right, so the first property we're going to talk about is our lot. And that is 0.82 of an acre, so not even quite an acre. We bought that for $500. That was our cost basis. The tax value on it now is $3,430, but our estimated sell value is $50,000.
So as we go through this video, we're going to be telling you guys these numbers like this because there's a very big difference between your tax value, which is what you're taxed at, and what you can actually sell your property for. In most cases, you're going to be able to sell it for way more than your tax value. Now, also, it's about the tax man catching up with you or how you have the taxes set up, which you will quickly see in this video is the basis of why we do things the way we do. Now, the tax man just hasn't seen our tiny house yet, but any house on any kind of lot like this in Hocking County, which is where we live in the Hocking Hills, is going to be $50,000 or $100,000. I don't care if it's the biggest piece of junk. So considering the tiny house isn't done, we just basically had to figure out the estimated value, which we put it at $50K. Now the lot is flat, one of the only flat pieces of property on either of our properties, which makes it very valuable. Now, it does have a road through the property, and there is property on the other side of the road, which makes it bad in some people's eyes. Some people don't like that. Now, there is only one neighbor back this private lane, so really you only got one neighbor that's going back that road. But still, it is something to be thought of and why the value is what it is. Now, number two.
Okay, our second piece of property, which is our main property, is 23.76 acres. We paid $90,000 for it. That was our cost basis. The tax value on it now, which greatly went up if you've seen Tony's Facebook post last year, is $174,430. We estimate the value at $250,000.
Yeah. So this one is the one that is our problem child as far as taxes go. Because if you have acreage in the Hocking Hills, they're taxing you. And now I need to make you guys understand, because we talk about taxes and cost basis and stuff. That property has a trailer with an addition, so it makes it a 4-bedroom. Now it has had the axles pulled and it has had a full foundation I put under it. But we have not turned in our title to the tax man and basically flipped it into a house. By doing that, we get taxed on the trailer separately, which is very low. And that tax value is only for the property, for the decks, for the garage, and the little apartment out back of the garage, which they don't even look at that as an apartment. It's just an extension to the garage. So if you flip the house and turned in the title, my taxes would go way up because my property value would go way up, which is why we estimated it at $250,000. Now, if you go get on the internet and try and find a house with 24 acres near us, especially within 3 miles of town like we are, you will not touch anything for $250,000. The property across the road, 5 acres, a completely filled in pond pretty much, and a completely junk trailer and a junk garage, like literally falling in, sold for
$165,000.
So I think you can see exponentially the value of this property is much higher than what we get taxed at. And that's why there's the big disparity between the estimated value that we give you and the tax value. Now, when we figure out our net worth and such, that is based upon the tax value. That's what we use as our number. So essentially, we have 2 properties, and then the main house there, which has a garage, an apartment. It has 22 acres plus of woods, and its total value between the 2 properties is $177,860. Now, our total estimated value is well over $300,000. And there's other things that play into its value that we're not going to go into in this video, but much like any property, location is everything. Now, we wanted to do this video because we wanted to explain how we set up for our future and how we've got to where we are today, to where we have no debt. Because we knew that if we started out doing the real estate first and getting it all paid off, then every penny that came in after that we could invest to grow faster. Other people may tell you if you can get a low enough mortgage rate, leave the mortgage and invest, and that's fine too. But in the situation we were in, we knew we could move forward, and the fastest way to get it so that I didn't have to go out and slave every day doing construction or working in factories, and my wife didn't have to go out and work long days in high-stress job environments, was to get this property paid off. And I'll be honest, it's probably been the best decision of our entire life.
I will say there is nothing like the peace of mind of knowing that you have no mortgage or no rent payment.
So we wake up and we know that as long as we pay our taxes and we pay our insurance, we are good to go. Now, you do have to plan, depending upon what kind of area you live in, for taxes to go up, because they will always go up. But so are your home's value, so it's a trade-off. Obviously, we're in a position where we're going to get hurt really, really bad if we ever sell. So it's kind of like, let's make the property make enough money at least to cover the taxes at a minimum. Now, our portfolio is not huge. We are not trying to have 30 different rental properties and build this up like that. Because the reality is, the more properties you own, the more taxes you get. And you can play the game like, oh, you can write off taxes, buy more stuff. It's a giant circle. And we're not trying to be in that rat race. We're trying to maintain a reasonable portfolio of investments and real estate and allow ourselves the freedom to have a stress-free life and enjoy life. So really, this is just another part of the puzzle that we're putting together and sharing with you guys about how we're trying to reach financial independence. And with that said, if you haven't already, I don't know why you wouldn't have, guys, go down, hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Give us a like. Let us know down in the comments where you're at on your journey. How is your real estate journey working out? And what you think of our portfolio, because we'd love to hear from you. And with that said, honey,
We will see you guys in the next one.